Violating a court order is a problem. And when that happens, typically what you're going to see is a petition for rule to show cause for a finding of indirect civil contempt. Now, that's a long-winded phrase. Let's just shorten it down, called a petition for rule. Let's break this down into steps of what we're trying to do. In a family law situation, we're civil court. We're trying to make people do what they're supposed to do. So in other words, a petition for rule is kind of coercive in nature. We're trying to get people to do the things they're supposed to do or stop doing the things they're not supposed to do. So in other words, you could put together this document that says, hey, judge, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Make them do it. For example, maybe you're not getting the parenting time you're supposed to get. You can try and ask the court to get that to be done. If someone's not paying child support or paying their expenses, you can go into court and say, make them pay what they're supposed to pay. The problem is, what we want to do is get them to do it. Well, how do you get somebody to do it when they're not doing it? What you can do is you can threaten to put them in jail, and the judge will say, I'm going to put you in jail unless you do the things I asked you to do. So ultimately, if you have a violation of a parenting plan, a violation of anything done in a court order, talk to your attorney about filing a petition for rule to show cause. Child support and parenting time are often interlapped and they're connected together. In some other videos, we've talked about how the number of overnights can impact the calculation of child support. But in this, I'm talking about how do they overlap when there's violations. In other words, if somebody doesn't pay child support, can you withhold parenting time? Or if somebody doesn't give you parenting time, can you withhold child support? The answer to both questions is an absolute no. They are separate things and they should never be combined. In other words, the courts never want parties taking self-help. If somebody's not paying child support, you need to go to court and enforce that, but you still give them their parenting time. If you're not getting your parenting time, don't try any self-help. Don't try to withhold any money or do anything like that. Go to court and have it enforced the right way. Don't try to do self-help. Custody orders, parenting time orders stay in effect until they change. In other words, if you never go back to court, that will stay in effect until your child turns 18. Once they turn 18, the court loses jurisdiction and the child can go see or live with whomever they want. But unless you change it, it's going to stay in place. So working with an attorney is going to help you in a variety of ways, but the most important thing is having a trusted advisor in your corner is going to help you to stay focused on the things that are important to you. This is an emotional situation for you. Your children are probably one of the most important, if not the most important thing in your life, and it's important to keep that in mind. Having a trusted advisor in your corner, they can help tell you what you need to hear, not always what you want to hear, so that you can focus on your goals and have that time with your kids.